We killed every human on the planet in 3 days. Men, women, children, it didn't matter. They were colonists, unarmed, weak. We laughed at how easy it was. 2 months later I understood why no one in the galaxy attacks a human colony, no matter how defenseless it looks. Let me tell you how stupid we were. The colony was called New Haven. A few thousand humans living on a remote world in the outer spiral, families, farmers, engineers, no military presence, no orbital defense platforms, not even a fence around the settlement. Just humans doing what humans do, building homes, growing food, raising children on a planet they had no right to claim. My people, the Vorreki, needed a new world. Our fleet commander Tal chose this one because it was already developed. Why build from nothing when you can take what someone else has built? The humans had irrigation systems, power grids, housing. Everything we needed, already assembled by creatures too soft to defend it. We arrived with 6 warships, more than enough. Tal gave the order and we descended on New Haven like a hammer. The humans tried to run, some tried to fight with farming tools and construction equipment. It was pathetic. 3 days, that's all it took. 3 days to eliminate every human on the planet. Tal stood in the human town square and declared it our new homeworld. We moved into their houses, we ate their stored food. We used their generators and their water systems. We were proud of ourselves, we were fools. For 2 months life was good. The human buildings were sturdy and well designed. Their farming equipment was simple but efficient. We expanded, brought in our own families, started converting the colony to Vorreki standards. Some of my people kept human artifacts as trophies, a child's toy, a family portrait, a flag with strange symbols. They thought it was funny. Tal made jokes about human weakness at every assembly. How they'd barely fought back, how they'd screamed and run. How the mighty human race was nothing but soft creatures playing at civilization. I laughed too, everyone did. We had no idea that the moment we'd attacked New Haven, a signal had been sent. Not a distress call, the humans were dead before they could send one, an automated signal. Every human colony, no matter how small, no matter how remote, has a dead man's switch. If the colony goes silent, if the heartbeats stop, if the power grid pattern changes, if the communication beacon fails to check in, the signal fires automatically. It doesn't ask for help. It doesn't describe what happened. It simply says, colony lost, and somewhere in the vastness of human space something wakes up. I was the first to see them. I was on perimeter watch, not because we expected trouble, but because Tal liked maintaining the appearance of military discipline. The sun was setting when the stars above the western mountains started going out. One by one, points of light in the evening sky simply vanished, blocked by something between us and them. I called it in. Tal told me to stop being paranoid. 5 minutes later, every star in the sky was gone. The entire sky was ships, not 6 ships like our invasion fleet, dozens, human warships so large they blotted out the heavens. They were completely dark, no running lights, no engine glow, nothing. Just massive black shapes hanging in our sky like the underside of a ceiling made of death. Tal stopped laughing. There was no communication, no demands, no ultimatum, no broadcast telling us to surrender. The humans didn't even acknowledge we existed. The first drop pods hit the ground at sunset, hundreds of them screaming through the atmosphere like meteors slamming into the ground around the colony in a perfect circle. Before the dust settled, the Marines were out and moving. They hit our perimeter positions first, silent, precise, absolute. I heard the shots from the command post, short, controlled bursts, each one ending a life. Our soldiers tried to organize. Tal screamed orders over the comm. Return fire, fall back to the town center. Regroup, none of it mattered. The humans moved through our defensive lines like they weren't there. They didn't take cover, they didn't hesitate. They advanced in steady, methodical formations and everything in front of them died. I saw a squad of our best fighters engage a human fireteam. Our soldiers outnumbered them 3 to 1. The engagement lasted 11 seconds. I ran, I'm not ashamed to say it, everyone ran. The town was chaos. Vorreki soldiers throwing down weapons and sprinting for the tree line. Families grabbing children and trying to reach the landing pads where our ships were docked. The ships were already burning. The humans had hit them first, surgical strikes from orbit before a single Marine touched the ground. We had no escape. Tal tried to surrender. He walked into the open with his arms raised, shouting in every language his translator knew. The Marines didn't slow down, they didn't acknowledge him. He fell mid-sentence. I understood then. This wasn't a battle, this wasn't a conquest, this was a response. We had killed every human in New Haven, men, women, children. We had given no warning, no mercy, no chance to surrender, and now the humans were giving us exactly what we had given them. Nothing. It was over in hours, not days, hours. 6,000 Vorreki, soldiers, families, everyone who had come to build a life on stolen ground, gone. The same number we had killed. I survived because I hid in a drainage tunnel beneath the irrigation system the humans had built. I lay in the dark, in water up to my chin, listening to the boots above me and the systematic sounds of a species erasing our presence from their world. By morning the Marines were gone, the warships pulled away from the sky and the stars came back. I crawled out into a silent colony and I was alone. They left me alive. I don't know if that was intentional or if they simply didn't find me. But I think they left me alive so I could do exactly what I'm doing now. Tell this story. Every species in the galaxy knows you don't attack a human colony. The Kreth know, the Solvani know. The Duthery learned it the hard way a century ago. Now the Vorreki know too. Humans build their colonies with no walls and no weapons because they don't need them. Their defense isn't at the colony. Their defense is what comes after. And what comes after is the full, undivided attention of a species that fights like it has nothing to lose. Because when you kill their families, they don't. I tell this story to every Vorreki I meet. I tell it to every species that will listen. Don't touch the human colonies. I don't care how weak they look. I don't care how easy it seems. Those families and farmers and children are not undefended. They are the bait in a trap you cannot survive. We killed 3,000 humans in 3 days and thought we were strong. The humans killed 6,000 of us in 6 hours and didn't even leave a message. They didn't need to. The message was the silence.